Welcome to the channel. This is Oblivion, and we are here with a legendary Veronica and mythic Embla summoning session. Now our goal for this session is to get 2 Emblas hopefully, and then maybe 2 Veronicas, at least 1 hopefully. So our focus is going to be red, then blue, then colorless, then green, I guess. I don't really need anything from green, so that's probably what we're going to go with. Okay, let's go ahead and jump in. We have some stuff to discuss. I want to talk about some reruns and some summoning tips, and then we'll go into questions. Okay, so let's focus red here. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is if you are free to play, do not summon on this banner quite yet. I know it's very tempting, the units are very, very powerful and good, but just wait until December 5th, because we're going to be getting our reveal. Oh, Sigurd, nice. We're going to be getting our reveal of the new book and probably the banner as well, which means that you're going to be able to have a much more informed decision, and you don't know, like, things could change. You just don't know what we're going to get. Like, it's very possible we get an entirely new game mode with an entirely new type of hero, and that new type of hero is needed to play in that game mode well, kind of like when we got Aetherage, right, and we got Air after. So just be careful with your summoning, especially if you're free to play. Just wait. If you're a whale, do whatever you want, right? Who cares? Okay, the other thing I want to talk about is reruns, because reruns are very important here. We need to know when Veronica and Embla are coming back, because it does mean, like, if you have to skip this banner, you can pick them up then. Okay, so the first thing we need to know is that Veronica's coming back very quickly. She's coming back in January, sharing with Regan, which is pretty solid share. So that's very, very good. Embla isn't coming back until March, so you're going to be waiting about 3 months, about maybe like kind of almost 4, if you want to get Embla on the rerun. So that's something to know for sure. Other than that, we also have some interesting news that Saros is moving to February, and February is currently full with Crom, Fae, and Female Byleth. So that means Crom should be heading to the remix banners after that, which is really big because merging up Crom is a very good arena investment. He does score pretty low now, but even so, like, he's a very, very good unit, and I'm sure his remix will be amazing. Some other things we need to know is that Bramuon is also going to March, and that is also full. So that means that Milla and Bramuon might be getting removed and going on the remix banner, and then one of them might be getting remixed that month. So that's also very, very cool. Oh, almost summoned on colorless because I'm talking about colorless units. That's also something to really pay attention to. Nana's coming back in April, which is quite a ways, and so is Deirdre. So that's something cool. And then Sheeta and Dagger are coming back in May, so that's 6 months. And then Legendary Micaiah is getting banished till June, which is like 7 months. So if you want Legendary Micaiah, it's probably the last chance for a very long time to pick her up. Either way, these reruns are pretty interesting, and it's good to know when, like, we possibly will get remixed for some of these units, which is really cool. Okay, so with that out the way, let's start talking about, let's answer some questions, and a lot of those questions are about Veronica and Embla, so I think that will be pretty cool to go over. And if you haven't yet, you can check out my analysis of the banner, where I go into depth about more of the things about these 2 units and how good I think they're going to be. Okay, so the first question is going to be from I'm So Happy, and they want to know what defense archetype and which light season offense archetype will return. Okay, we got nothing here. We go, what did I say, blue, right? For Deirdre? Yeah, okay. Okay, so I think that for defense archetypes, we are definitely going to see Catchery Balls are just going to be probably still there, right? There's no reason why Catchery Balls will disappear, so they're going to exist. They might be better. I'm not so sure yet. We'll have to see how Embla fits into a Catchery Ball. But the real thing is we're going to be able to see the return of Cav lines and the mobility meta. So Cav lines, right, you can essentially use Embla to shut down half the map. And if you use 2 Emblas, you can shut down pretty much the entire map, which means saves are not active, which means that Cav lines are once going to be smashing your units, your support units, if you don't have places to hide them, which is kind of hard to do, especially with people using more and more buildings nowadays. It's going to be pretty good, I think. It's going to be pretty strong. The other thing is, of course, the mobility meta, which was the meta with Not and Legendary Sigurd. And we are going into wind season, so Legendary Sigurd can be used on Aetherites the entire month without any penalty. And I think that's going to be really scary, because not only does Embla already have 3 movement, but with Not and Sigurd, right, they can kind of shut off the saves, and then they're just going to be running at you. And if you can shut off even a few units on a save, you can snipe 1 or 2 units, right? And if you snipe 1 or 2 units, your defense has already done its job typically. So that's kind of scary to see again. The thing is, of course, is that the safe defense does exist, so that means that there is going to be some counterplay. Pretty much what will happen is you'll have to use strategies to snipe things again, right? So that's like the offense I might see coming back, like hit and run. So you either need like Canto control on your team, or you need some kind of save on your defense to make sure that you aren't getting Gale Forced or possibly like sniped, right? So it's kind of be interesting to see how people counter that. because you can use traps to an extent, but not completely. So will people have to use far saves on those teams, or will people have to like put Canto control or whatever else? But I am expecting to see those highly mobile defense teams coming back and then just destroying people on turn 2. Some other things you can do to counter that, of course, is to use something like Loki with her Refine. I was talking to Joel about that earlier, and it's very underrated. It can really just shut down teams like that, so that is something to consider if you start struggling with that, if that does become more prominent. Okay. So far, not anything yet. We really need red to pop off. We need at least one of them before the second spark the other one. That would be the most preferable. I mean, obviously, the most preferable is just to pull a whole bunch of units, but that's not necessarily always the case. Okay, we'll keep going blue. Okay, so this one's going to be from Z's, who's also a fellow Feytuber and a friend. And they want to know, do you think Embla's undefended part in her Severance skill is the omen for a more accessible skill that will allow the save meta to finally die, or will it simply be exclusive to her? And in a vacuum, do you think, which one do you think is stronger, Canto or save skills? Okay, so let's start at the beginning. I don't think that they're going to throw this out just like willy-nilly. Like, usually when they put out a skill this powerful, they want you to pull for that unit. And so they're not going to probably be adding the undefended part until later. I would assume at least 6 months, right? They're going to, at least the very least, they're going to wait until Embla gets a rerun, right? So they can cash in twice. Because they're going to cash in with all the people right now who are going to be summoning. And then they're going to, everybody who hasn't gotten Embla is going to see how powerful she is, and they're going to want her. So they're going to wait for the rerun. They're going to spend all the orbs on her again. Then maybe they'll release it on like a duo unit or some other kind of new powerful unit. And get more people to pay for it, right? That's what I assume, at least. So I don't think it's going to become like everywhere, but I do expect Embla to be pretty prominent. When it comes to Canto or save skills, I think saves are definitely just fundamentally stronger, as they break one of the core aspects of Fire Emblem, which is positioning. Positioning is such a big part of Fire Emblem and like the strategy part of it, right? And it was like one of the most important skills you had to have for the first, I don't know how many years, right? Until saves came out, pretty much. And so by breaking that, saves were just really, really, really powerful because you didn't have to think about much. You just put out saves and you win, right? Well, Canto is really strong. It kind of just buffs movement in such a way that like it's way stronger. But the thing is with Canto is like the maps are pretty small themselves. So no matter how much you move, there are ways to get to those units, right? And there's also, you know, there's Canto control, but if you didn't even have Canto control, I still think that saves are stronger. And that's because like even if you have a really strong nuke and it has Canto, like Yuri for example, they still have to get through those saves. So fundamentally saves are just stronger in my opinion. And that's why they've been so dominant, right? I mean, Yuri was pretty dominant, but he was not save dominant, where it was just like every part of the meta. Oh man, we're at 10% already? Jeez, this is not going the best. Or 9.5, okay, still not great. Can we please get one of them? Okay, this one's gonna be from Gray5269. How much of an impact do you think Embla will have outside of ARD? She'll be bonkers in Summoner Duels, but what about ARO in Chaos Season and Arena? Okay, so I expect her to be very relevant in Summoner Duels if the map allows it, right? There are certain maps where like there's just a dominant opening and you really can't take full advantage of the unit. The thing is, Embla is a flyer, so typically flyers don't have as much problems as other units like Cavs. She's going to have that free movement. She's going to be like Valentia Pala in the sense where she can like really have good movement. The difference is that she won't be able to have like hit and run and Canto 2, obviously. But I do expect her to shine a lot in Summoner Duels. When it comes to things like Ether Race defense, obviously she's going to be there. When it comes to Chaos Season, I think people will try to use her on defense, but the thing is, Elamine does exist, and Embla does not have a resistance stat. So if you're going to want to use a save ball in Chaos Season, you're going to bring Elamine anyway, and it'll kind of just shut off Embla, and she won't do that much. So I don't expect there, but on offense, I could see Embla because she can shut off the saves, and she can be a really good Gale Forcer, right? Because she has the tempo effect, she has cooldown reduction. So on offense, we might see her a bit for all those Gale Force players like me. But other than that, I don't think so. And then lastly, Arena, I just don't expect to see her outside of her bonus season, if I'm being completely honest. She doesn't score, like, amazingly. She scores good, but not, like, top tier, right? And when it comes to, like, Wales, they want top tier. So if they're plus 10ing Embla, it's not for Arena, right? And the same thing with Veronica. I don't really expect to see her everywhere in Arena. She'll definitely be there, but I don't think she's going to be, like, as prominent just because Whales or like Leviathans always go for the highest scoring unit, right? And she's definitely not that. She's pretty close, but she's not top. Oh my gosh, this is not going well at all. We're more than 100 orbs down, and we haven't got a single 5-star yet. Not a single 5-star. We're at 10%. Ugh. My gosh, I hate stuff like this. Okay, let's do another question. What would you do against a team with Embla, Medius, Gatekeeper, and someone with Drive Guard, like Caden or Tandem Baton, plus 2 saves? How would you tackle such a thing? I would just use Brave Dimitri. The problem with a team like that is that you are just missing the nuking power, right? Like, you'll have one nuke, and that one nuke has to be able to take out Dimitri. It's just not very likely. We're not getting reds, oh my god. So I think Brave Dimitri just completely just destroys that team. Like, Gatekeeper doesn't really do much. Medius doesn't really do much. Embla will be okay, but she probably can't do all that much against, like, Dimitri. She won't want to kill it. And same with, like, your staff unit with Tamaton or Caden. So, honestly, like, if you overcommit that much to trying to, like, shut off strategies, your team becomes, like, really easy to tank in a sense, because you can't... There's no threat on the team, right? Like, even if you put Briocatcher there, I'm pretty sure Dimitri just tackles that whole thing pretty easily. Okay, this one's going to be from Joel Bueno 5644. Imagine if Legendary Veronica has a Legendary Nano base weapon effect. Do you think it is a must unit or not? Yeah, so Legendary Veronica is already really powerful. She's already one of the best nukes in the game, probably. So if you just give her Legendary Nano's kit, essentially, where she can, like, ignore damage reduction and defensive specials, like, she's probably the best nuke in the game. I think as she is already, she's already going to be one of the best nukes in the game. So, but if you gave her that, she would just be completely broken. So, yeah, I think that would just be stupid if they did that. It would probably happen eventually, though. Can we please get a 5-star? I can't believe we're about to go to Spark without a single 5-star. Oh my god, come on, game. No, that's not the 5-star I wanted. That is definitely not the 5-star I wanted. Okay, so let's do another question, so I can distract myself from this terrible luck. Oh my gosh. This one's going to be from Metroid3986. Didn't come up with it myself, but I saw it somewhere else and thought it was interesting. Since they are introduced, the whole meta basically revolved around save tanks and Canto. Do you think they'll introduce a new core meta defining mechanic like that, and what could it be? Probably. I mean, the thing is, right, with like Duo Lift, when Duo Lift kind of killed the damage reduction meta, they introduced saves right next to it, so we kind of like knew exactly what to move towards. But with this, we don't really know. Maybe on the 5th, we'll get another answer, and we'll get some kind of new mechanic or something, but I'm not really sure what they can do at this point. Maybe they'll pull out some crazy bullshit mechanic I just can't think of, but I don't know. They could also just double down on flat damage reduction, maybe. Even then, though, like, Brave Dimitri is going to be really good, but at the same time, like, that feud part of Severance is really strong. It can really shut down a lot of Dimitri's, like, support you want to give him. Oh my god, our luck is so bad right now. We are at 11%. This is painful. Oh my gosh, we haven't gotten a single 5-star. But yeah, the feud part is going to, like, shut down, like, your damage reduction from Flame or whatever else. So, honestly, like, Embla's a bit over the top, if I'm not, like lying, right? She's a little bit too strong, in my opinion. Okay, there's a red orb. Okay, so this is going to be from Morg v. Britannia. If I don't care about Ether Raids or Summoner Duels, but still play Arena Assault and Arena competitively, how impactful are these new units? Still busted. I mean, they're still going to be busted units, but, like, if you're not playing Ether Raids or Summoner Duels, like, it doesn't really matter, in my opinion. Like, Arena, they're probably not going to show up in all that much, which means they're not going to show up in Arena Assault that often. And you can pretty much use whatever you want, right? Like, it doesn't matter all that much. So I'm not really sure if you're just playing Arena and Arena Assault, you don't need these units, in my opinion, at all, right? Unless you just want them for some reason. Oh my god, Kane. Like, your Wings of Mercy fodder, but you really need to be a 5-star. We're going to Spark without a single 5-star. That is absolutely stupid. Jeez. Oh my god, please. Nope, that's Olivia. I'm getting so. Okay. Let's keep answering questions. Hopefully one of these questions can bring us some luck, because this is terrible so far. We have this question from Nickname. What do you think of Embla and Veronica as characters? I like Veronica a lot. I think she's a great character. I think her and Alphonse have gotten, like, the most development and actually have been, like, fleshed out a ton. I think, like, Book 3 really did a lot of work for them too, like with Lif and Thrasier, right? Added a whole bunch of depth to them, and then this book also helped a lot. So I think Veronica's great. When it comes to Embla, I wish we would have gotten more. We didn't really get all that much. We kind of, like, got the reveal that she had been, like, getting abused by humans, and humans are kind of, like, turning against her. And then she got a really sad death, and that was it. Like, I really wish they would have spent more time. Yes! Oh my gosh, finally. Oh, thank God. Okay, we got one of them. Means we can spark Embla at the very least. Oh, that's a terrible IV. Oh, the speed's good, but the minus attack is really bad. Really need to merge now. Okay, let's keep going. We're at 11.5, so we're pulling this whole circle, I think. Which kind of sucks. I really don't want to pull the whole circle, but like 11.5 is really bad. But yeah, I wish they would have done more with Embla, or just I don't know why they have such a fascination with killing off so many characters. It's like the opposite of One Piece, where they have to kill everyone in this story. Okay, let's see if we can get Dare Drain. Maybe that would be really nice. Okay, next question is gonna be from Karakaus. Do you consider Embla as hot? I do. Embla is not really my type. I'm not really. My type is more like the badass ripped women like Nephany or Titania or Altina, or I like thicker women, and Embla doesn't really fit into those categories in my opinion. I guess she can be kind of badass, but definitely not not my type. I do think she looks really cool, but definitely not the type of woman I'm looking into, I guess. And we get nothing. We're not getting anything at 11.5%. We're really not going to get another 5-star. That's absolutely bonkers to me. That we can get this high in pity and not even get 2 5-stars. Oh, wow. This is bad. Oh, it's Shez. You're not 5-star. Yeah, like this is what I'm talking about. Like, if you have bad luck, like you just come in here and you don't have Spark. Like, look how many orbs I spent to get 1 Veronica. Almost 200 orbs. That's crazy. It's the problem with these banners. These banners are just scary to pull on sometimes. And without a Spark, it's very scary, honestly. What they need to do is they need to fix the summoning pool. Like, actually fix it. What they typically do is they just remove some 5-stars, and that really doesn't change the odds all that much. What they really need to do is, like, remove 4-stars and 3-stars, like all the old ones, and it would make summoning so much better. Well, there's Embla. She looks amazing. She's gonna be badass. She is going to be... I'm going to be using her a whole bunch. It goes with like the thematic nature of her, I guess, like being scary and stuff. We're gonna keep going. Hopefully we get some better luck and we can pull another Embla or Veronica, or both. That'd be really nice. Okay, so our next one's gonna be from a friend of the channel, DTM, and he wants to know something fun. Will you be getting the Legendary Veronica scaled figure? So if you haven't seen this yet, there is a new figure coming out for Legendary Veronica, and it looks phenomenal. It looks really, really good. And I would love to get it, but I've like gone down this rabbit hole already where like you buy too many figures and then you don't have room to put everything. And when you move, it's really bad. Like when I had to move, it was like, oh my gosh, like which figures am I taking, which ones am I not? So I kind of like cut down on figures, and I don't really want to buy as many. I have bought a few lately. I bought Ike and like Gormagala and stuff. But yeah, so I'm not going to probably be buying it. It does look really nice though, but I also do think it's going to be really expensive. When you consider like the price of the figure and shipping, it's probably going to be like 200, maybe 300 bucks. So I'll probably pass on this one. If they ever release like, I don't know, another Ike. Oh, let's go. Yes. Okay. The luck is turning around. Keep turning around, luck, please. Okay. So we got our goal technically, right? We got the 2 Emblas plus speed. That is such a good IV. That is perfect. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's back out. Technically we could stop here. And that would probably be the smart thing to do. But I want to go a little bit more. Just a little bit. I don't know, like maybe... Especially with the new banner coming, I should probably stop. I'm going to keep going. I really want one more Veronica, to be honest. To get rid of that stupid minus attack. But yeah, I don't think I'll be picking her up. But, you know, she looks good. So I would definitely recommend it if you're a big Veronica fan. And if they ever release like a Nephany figure or like Jafar or Hector, I'll definitely pick that up. Hector's probably the most likely, if we're being honest. Okay, so our next question is going to be from Comwe Products Incorporated. What beast skills would you like to see added to the game? If there was a beast special, beast B slot, and beast C slot, what would you want from them? Nylagai. So we just got beast agility 3, and I think that really is a good sign because it kind of opens the gates for more exclusive beast skills, which is what I really want, right? I think a lot of people want that. And so I would love to see more of that line of beast skills where we get like beast defense, and it's like, you know, the transformation clause, and then like maybe damage reduction or like something like that. Imagine if they had Hardy Fighter, Beast Hardy Fighter. That would make Mufasa's just even more broken. So that would be really cool. I would love to see some other options too, like maybe like one for like more infantry, like it's like beast transformation and speed-based damage reduction. So we can finally get speed-based damage reduction outside of Speed Mode 4 on our beast. That would be really, really cool. Stuff like that I would really love. If we get If we got a B special, I would really like a Vital Astra or just a damaging special. Like any kind of like, okay, Nana's not bad. She's not Veronica, but I will take Nana. Nana's a very good unit. And she's a very good legendary. She's very, very, very good. I think I have her like +1 or +2. So we'll add this one in. Back out here. Keep going for a little bit longer. But yeah, I would love to see that. It's like a Beast Vital Astra would be really nice. That'd be really cool. Make Nyla even more broken. Okay. Oh, I clicked it. Our next question is going to be from, it's kind of a combo question because it's very similar. It's going to be from Theology, a friend of the channel, and Knight OYT. And they want to know, what's your guess on the setting and theme for the new book? And then coping on for a male OC for the lead, but I know it will never happen. Yeah, probably not. So far we have gotten like an overarching plot at Fae, which is like concerning all the different realms, right? We've gotten like Niffle and Moosespell in like book 2. And then we got like the Tempest Trial like story. And then this whole book was about Asker and Embla. We had book 3 with like Hell, right? And then we had the Tempest Trial story that was really cool with Ganglot and Ymir and like Air and stuff, right? So what I think they're doing is like they're building up this like world, which is really good. I always love world building. It's always a good sign. And they are trying to like show like all these different realms, all these different gods and how cool they are. And we've always had like Loki hiding in the backgrounds, right? And Thor kind of, not so much in the background with Thor, I guess, but with Loki for sure. Like she's always pulling off these schemes. And so what I think they're doing is that like they're building up to an Infinity War kind of like saga where we're gonna get a fight against like the gods, like maybe like Zeus or Odin or something, right? And like we're gonna finally get to have like Loki's schemes revealed and what she's been doing this whole time. And maybe Thor will join in and we'll get like a new god or like something like that. That's what I would guess. It's also possible we just go to a new realm and like they continue building that plot for like the next book after. But I would love that so much if we can like have all the gods come together and we have like this big battle royale or something. That'd be badass. That's what I'm hoping. For our next question, what do you expect the new hero we'll be getting with book 7? And do you think we'll finally get a male OC? So this is going to be from Neff1207 and I Can't Dance Part 5. So I don't think we'll get a male OC. Like I just don't see it happening ever. I feel like they don't want to put a male on the icon of the game. They want to put a female so it like baits people to coming in. Unfortunately, that was just how it is. I'm really more interested to see what kind of type of hero it is. Like if it's going to be an ascended hero or a rearmed hero or just another mythic, right? And see what we go. If we get a new game mode and they like working on a new game mode, that would be really cool as well. But I don't know what we're going to get. Like maybe we get another god assistant like we got with Ash. Or maybe we get like someone from the new realm, if that's what we end up going to. I don't know. I'm sure all I'm sure of is that it will be a cute girl. Like 100% it will be a cute girl. That's the only thing I can guarantee probably. Which kind of sucks, I guess, like for everyone. For me, like OCs are like, I like OCs, but they're not ever my favorites, right? Like I love Ash, I love Leguiarn, Veronica, Alphonse, but they're not my favorites. They don't compare to like Ike, right? Or like Nephany or something like that. So whatever we get, I'll probably be pretty happy with. Hey, it's Levitain. I like Levitain a lot as well. She heard me talking about her sister, so she showed up. Okay. Grab a Levitain. I just want like one more Veronica, but we are running low on orbs already. Especially with how it went in the beginning. Like, we've gotten, what, 3? I don't know how many 5 stars. I've lost track. We got 2 Emblas, 1 Veronica, 1 Nana so far. It's not terrible. Another Nana. Okay. Hey, Nana. Like, I like you and all, but I would really prefer if you were Veronica. Just saying. Like, you're great. You're amazing. Don't get me wrong. You're my favorite Thrasha character, but like, man, I wish you were Veronica right now. Okay, let's keep the questions going. See if we can keep the luck going. This one's going to be from Crosshair. How bad do you think power creep is going to be next book? Oh, man. Power creep has just hit in like a level that is ridiculous right now, right? Like, I don't know how much worse it can really get. It's already at the point where like the writing for a weapon is like more than a page. Like it's ridiculously big. Hey, it's Lete. Nice. Where like it's so difficult to like read a weapon quickly, right? Like you have to like know what it does kind of. Like maybe you look at it and it kind of reminds you, but you already have to like memorize weapons pretty much to like know what you're doing. Especially when you're playing summoner duels. You don't have time to like read every weapon. You need to like, that does this does that. This happens when this happens, right? And so I don't know if like they can go farther with power creep. Like did they just keep attaching more and more effects on every single unit until a unit just has everything? because like we're getting to that point already. So I am a bit scared of that, if I'm being completely honest. They need to like switch. What they need to do is they need to move away from competitive play, and they need to focus on PvE. That way they don't have to push power creep as much, and they can just push out like favorite people's characters or like new art for the new characters, right? Stuff like that to sell them. And less just like, here's more powerful unit X, then here's Super Saiyan 2 new unit, right? Something like that. Like just stop. They need to stop doing the Dragon Ball Z villain arc, where like every time a new character comes out, they need to be more powerful than the last. So I'm a bit scared. We'll see what happens. Who knows? Engaged units might come out, and they might just be completely and utterly broken. And like, I mean, that wouldn't be anything new at this point, right? Like every unit we've been getting is just ridiculous. We're like, ugh. We're not high on pity technically because all the nanas. At least we're getting red orbs. That's good. Okay, so let's do another question. This one's gonna be from Aerosenin444. What upgrade to the game would you like to see that doesn't include battling? I'd like to see them increase their friends list to around 300 so I have more options to choose from ally units. I mean, I would love that, right? Having more friends is always nice, but if I had to choose something like one core thing that is not battle related, I would love to have like guilds or orders, right? Like that's what I would call them. I would call them like order of, we have order of heroes, like order of whoever or whatever you name it. And then guilds would just allow you to like maybe invite, I don't know, 100, 200 people to your guild, and then you guys can like have a little chat, and then you can send stickers to each other and talk, and then you can send like, when you get summoning results, there would be like a button in the top right you could press, and it would send it to your guild, and everyone could look at it and be like, oh my god, you got that? That's crazy, right? That'd be so much fun. And then like maybe you could do like, if they introduce a co-op mode, you could play with your guild, or like your guild could just like send you characters for like Grand Conquest or whatever, right? I think that would be really cool, and I think it's something that could really help the game out, especially because like so many other gachas have like friend summoning pools or guild summoning pools, and it lets you like build up points for playing with your friends essentially, or your friends' units. And then you can use it to summon for like very, very free to play friendly characters. And we're at the point where we're like, we're about to hit year 6, book 7 already, right? So like they could easily remove a lot of these year 1 units and put them into a free to play pool, which would then fix the summoning pool and also allow new players to come in and get like some basic fodder they need. So that's what I would like to see. I don't know if they'll ever do that, but I think it would definitely help the game, and it would also just like make the community much stronger. Another Seth, oh my gosh. Okay, let's do this question from Mitchell6709. Which refine gets overlooked, forgotten the most despite being amazing? So like I was saying earlier, I think Loki's refine is actually so good. It counters so many things that are like so meta dominant right now, like extra movement, like special acceleration, stuff like that, right? Like she can really shut down like really high movement units. And like that's really good, especially like if we do go back into that mobility meta. So I think Loki's like super overlooked. I would say Yulger, but like saves are like kind of dying with Embla obviously, so maybe not that one so much anymore. But I think Loki's refine is like super good and like super anti-meta, which is always what you're looking for, right? There's Guy. Okay, so like one more. I keep saying that. I should like probably have stopped at the last 5-star, but okay, come on, one more Veronica. That would be amazing to end on a Veronica. So this question is from Jonathan Ryan 9946. Do you believe intelligent systems will be forced to increase the refine rate to match the ever-growing power creep and widening length of time for refines of newer units? Just as an example, they're still refining Gen 3 units, and Gen 7 is nearly here. With Gen 4 units probably not getting refined until, at the current rate, until 2024, 2025, and by then we'll be on Gen 9 or 10. All greens, oh my gosh. Go away, green. I don't like green. I really don't want any units from green, really. I already have Ymir, and like that's the only unit that's worth anything in my opinion. Well, Dagger's decent, but like, okay, whew, I thought it was Dagger for a second. Okay, so do I think that they should increase the rates of refines? Absolutely. Do I think they'll be forced to? No. They don't seem to care nearly as much as the player base. Like, they are just like chilling. They will do whatever they want, whenever they want. I think they honestly don't like refines very much because it like kind of hurts their ability to market new units, right? Because every time you get a refine, essentially a unit is getting like a second chance at life, and it's not marketable because you really don't probably make that much money off those banners. Usually it's just people who already have those units invested in, and then those units become good again, and then they don't need to summon for whatever the new thing is. So I don't really think that they're gonna do that. Oh my gosh, where did I put 5%? I would really love for that to happen because they are very, very behind on refines. And it's kind of like ridiculous how bad it is. It's Sheeta. Why couldn't she have been Deirdre, dude? Oh my gosh. Sheeta's not bad, don't get me wrong, but like Deirdre would have been way better. Plus attack, that's a good idea. I want Veronica. I'm gonna do this blue just in case it's Deirdre. I should stop. I should really stop. But I really don't like that Veronica IV. I could technically like use straight fruit to fix it. It seems kind of like a waste in my opinion when she has a good IV. She has a good boon, just not bad. Just a bad bane. I could also like go really far to try to get one Veronica. Whatever. Let's keep going. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, I mean, whatever. We'll see. Who knows? Okay. Let's see. This one's gonna be from Ivana Yala 2715. I probably butchered your name. I'm very sorry. Do you think it's worth investing in high-scoring units for Arena nowadays? I'm saving for a +10 Duo Dagger and Ascended Athune. Both are +4 and useful in other games, but now looking at units like Emblem makes me doubt if it's better to save for +10 units like that or +1 new units that come out and have good potential. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's like Arena is the last thing you should be investing in. If you don't have Arena core already and you're not already invested into Arena, do not invest into it. It's not worth it. It's a terrible game mode. The score creep is ridiculous. Like there's just no point at all to even remotely invest in Arena. That's why I think like when you see a lot of like legendary tier lists, there's a lot of focus on Arena because they are like, you know, legendaries are built for Arena essentially, right? But like Arena's so bad, fuck it. Like I wouldn't focus on Arena if it wasn't for the fact that I had invested in Arena so much already. I probably wouldn't be like even in tier 21, right? Like I'm not planning on like focusing on getting more legendaries to stay in tier 21. I'm just gonna chill, see what happens, you know, whatever, right? Because Arena is just bad. It's a terrible game mode. It's trash. People aren't playing it. The only people playing it are like super ultra whales. Like I would not spend my orbs there ever, 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 ever. I think you're much better off nowadays, like +10ing your favorites and getting, like you said, new units who are like have really good potential at +1. I think at +1's a great stop to like place to stop. You get rid of the boon or the bane, and like you can have a good IV essentially, and like that's pretty much the best place to go, right? And that's what I pretty much have been doing with meta units. Let's see, blue. So like that's what I would do. I would just stop. Like get Duo Thor +1, Duo Chrom +1. Just stop. You don't need +10s unless you're like super hardcore. Like you really don't need that. And I would just never invest into Arena. Ether raids you can still invest into because like, you know, it's still gonna help you. But honestly, like you don't need that many mergers in Ether raids anymore either. Oh man, yeah, our luck has not been too hot tonight. Actually, it's probably not that bad. So I'm like focusing on not getting what I want. We got a lot of nanas. We got like what, 2 nanas I think, and then Sheeta. And, I wish it was for Veronica's and Deirdre, obviously. Anyway, that's the problem with legendary banners. So let's do another question. This one's gonna be from Darkstalker696. What harmonic or duo pair would you like to see? Personally, I would like to see Shannon and Galzus on like a seasonal Asher banner with the Isaac family. Also, I know this is likely will happen, but would you like to see anime specials for legendary mythic banners? And Faye, like how FFBE has CG limit burst. I don't know what FFBE is, I'm sorry. But yes, I would love cool animations for like the premium units. That'd be so cool. So the 2 units I want to see that are like a duo pair or harmonic pair, I want to see like a Racing alt. I want like a harmonic Racing or a duo Racing. That would be amazing. I want that so bad. I was really hoping for the pirate alts, and we just didn't get it because they got rid of pirates, which pissed me off. So I'm hoping for that. The other thing is I would love to get we're at 9 orbs. Oh my gosh, I would love to get like a duo Ike or like a duo Zelgius with Ike, right? Because it can't be duo Ike again. And like then both the Radiant Dawn versions, and like they could have like battle quotes of them fighting, and like that would be so badass. Imagine if they had like Altina's weapon too, like it was like an improved version of Altina's weapon, and they could like sword fight and it would kill unit. Oh my god, that'd be so bad. I would love that like so much. Okay, we're at 5 orbs. Well, that is going to be our summoning session. We ended at 9% pity. I'll probably come back and break it later, but honestly, I think it was an okay summoning session. It just wasn't what we wanted, which happens a lot with legendary mythics. the shared rates can really screw you up sometimes, which does suck. But at least I came out with the 2 emblems, which is really nice with a good IV, and then Veronica, I'll either have to trait fruit or try to get one more copy later on. But now I'd love to hear from you. How did your summoning session go? Were you going for Veronica or for Embla, or maybe for somebody else on the banner? And hopefully it went well. Make sure to drop a comment down below letting me know. If you didn't and you were saving your orbs and being smart and waiting for that new banner on the 5th, then congratulations, you probably made the correct decision, honestly. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe. And if you want to watch a fun video, go check out my Intelligent Systems Most Favorite and Most Hated Game in the top left. Put a ton of work into it, and it's a really in-depth analysis of favoritism year by year. This has been Oblivion, and I'll catch you all later.